Hello and welcome everybody, I'm Proper Bavarian and we are back in Through the Darkest of Times. We are... It's surprising to me actually, we are practically still the same resistance group as we were... 8 years ago. Right? 1936? I'm pretty sure that we had everyone that is here in 1936 as well. Dorothea, Gustl, Arthur and Johanna. We haven't been arrested a single time. We've played that very smart, I think. And today we are here in December 1944, the 25th, and there's a lot of stuff to do. There's a lot of stuff to do on this map. There's still only one last goal, the Ordinary Man, and I think that is a goal that I definitely have in mind that I want to take care of. Now what we need to do first is hide Klaus. I think that is quite important to begin with. Ooh, she could do it alone, I suppose. None of these are good because they all... Both Arthur and Dorothea. She's fearful, he's paranoid. I think we're gonna send Johanna and maybe just myself. Like this, we're gonna be excellent. I think we are an excellent team and we should participate in this. Over here, this is quite interesting. Radio contact the British Army, right? Maybe we want to do this with Johanna and Guido as me as well. I feel like these two are just our only assets that are actually quite meaningful. Buy paint, observe army activities. I mean, this can't really harm. Talk to workers. This is a bit risky. Oh, not at all. Buy paint, huh? Pretty good at it. Does a good job here. Get some more paint, I guess. What if instead... I don't think she should... Yeah, she should definitely not be the one to observe army activity. We could also buy some paper. But ultimately we need more money, right? Like we need all of that. All of these are being done. I think we are gonna buy some paper. You know what? Sure. Dorothea, we got this. I'm even gonna spend some additional money there. Let's get 2 paint buckets. I don't quite know yet what our goals are because we haven't unlocked all of the missions, but we'll see where this will go, okay? We will see where this will go. I think the morale might be the most difficult part of this entire thing so far, because we don't even have... Okay, we could set up a hideout over here, but man, that's going to be difficult. That's a lot of money to spend. What I do also want to do is the foreman gives us free access to a factory on an industrial site, okay? Just disappeared. Oh, right, because now steel explosives is unlocked, damn. And then the rabbi will give us some additional supporters that will finance us, which is very important, so let's just... go ahead and get that. We still can't... Prisoner of war. Gives us access to an area where forced laborers are kept. Okay. Look at that. 1, 2, 3. Okay, this is still all being done. Damn, there's a lot of stuff going on here. Steel explosives as well, which we don't actually... Oh no, every steel explosives is its own steel explosives, but this definitely speeds everything up quite significantly. Free forced laborers as well as free prisoners up here. Are these? Yeah. Heinrich Hagelstein and Inka Grieger. We know these names! My god, we know these names. Missing mark. We're gonna free as many people as we can. And let me just check here, none of these are limited beyond 19. They're all on the same limit. When can I use the Honorable Man? Knows where to get the kind of things that are hard to get and knows how to avoid the law. Alright, let's just carry on here. With this week. Lost a couple of supporters, got a decent amount of money. Arthur still holds his connections to the Catholic, or to the Christian community. I don't actually know if he's Catholic or Protestant, but still holding those connections, and it is serving us quite well. Gustl is meeting some co-workers. Also went quite well. He has been seen, but I think that is okay. We need to build the outpost, or not the outpost, the hideout as soon as possible. Of course, Dorothea Schmidt makes the order and the shopkeeper disappears into the back. 2 paint buckets, okay. Johanna, Esther and Guido book meet Klaus at night and take him to the hideout. They successfully hide the boy without attracting attention. Johanna has been seen though. I hope not too much heat there. Bombardment. US planes attack bridges and train lines near Bonn. Everything is fine, Goebbels says. Hitler's still in good health and spirit. And more SS members. Waffen-SS has now more than 1 million members. So you prefer the Nazis stay in power? Shouts Gustl Kleiner as I enter. Will you stop with these insinuations, says Arthur Friedrich. You know very well it isn't true. Why are you fighting? I'm just worried, that's all, says Arthur Friedrich. What I've heard about the Red Army is quite upsetting. What have you heard? Political assassinations, terror, rape, senseless violence? Lies, nothing but Nazi propaganda. How can you be with us and spread this dreck? So, Dad. Hey, Gels Gustl. We need to be careful. No, we need... Look, Gustl, please, don't abandon this group. Don't go rogue for no reason. But I gotta tell ya, you gotta realize what the Red Army is, right? Richard died for this. This isn't just a rumor anymore. We are fully aware. Richard died because of this. Yes, let's be careful. That's all I'm saying. If the Russians turn out to be fair and decent, all the better. -5. I think we can take that. Gustl Klein, I think we've had a couple of negative run-ins with him. Was worrying. Loot destroyed buildings. We don't know what we would get there, but we could get something, I suppose. Okay. Former Unionists. For this we would need money. Ambush, a supply delivery. This one, oh, Johanna. Oh god, Johanna. Yeah, that's bad. That's real bad. We need money, I suppose. I think that is what our main focus probably should be at this moment. I mean, the increase isn't insignificant. Let's just take a look at this. Perfect. 16 to 19, yeah, it's very little money that we can make there. Meet a former unionist, Dorothea. Perfect. Johanna, I think you're just gonna sit there and do nothing. Convince forced laborers. Ay. Meet an official. Okay, yeah, we can do that. There are rumors of officials who are unhappy with the new regime. New regime, yeah, I mean, flavor text doesn't quite cover it, I suppose. I want to do this eventually, but we need hideouts, and I need to be able to hide just in general, go into hiding. This is over here. We don't even have the money. So, like, what we're doing right now is absolutely necessary to make this happen. I believe that she's going to lose 1 heat, and let me just sporadically check the contacts here. January 1945. Okay. So far, so good. Former unionist in Lichtenberg to see if he could be convinced to join the resistance. Okay. Has been seen. That sucks so much. Please don't be seen, Guido. Do me this one favor. Ugh, come on. Yeah, this is real difficult. Suspicious, huh? I'll look, if this fails, that's fine. Let's just do it. Calm down, please don't get any risky. It's very risky. We'll have to see how we can fare with this. Gustl Kleiner meets in Wilmersdorf with a well-connected employee of the government who might be willing to help us. We were seen so often. God damn. Liga alarm. US planes attack retreating Wehrmacht at Remagen. Fight for Budapest. German Waffen-SS troops attack the Red Army near Budapest. And Free Poland. Communist Lublin Committee becomes provisional government of Poland. You know, how free that was, of course, shouldn't be a surprise to anyone. Johanna Esser keeps falling asleep during our meeting. I ask her if she's tired and she responds, Johanna has become a woman, by the way. Again, the game recognizes it now correctly. It's hard to sleep with so many strangers in my home. What do you mean? You know about the latest bombing. It was a bad one. They destroyed an entire neighborhood. Thousands without a home, some of them friends and relatives. I had to take some of them in. I won't be as generous next time. My uncle's snores are so loud they make the walls shake, she says with a smirk. It's good to keep even gallows humor during those troublesome times. Oh, this seems easy, huh? Really? How easy could it be? It would have to be with Johanna. Let's be honest here, it always has to be Johanna in these circumstances. She's the only one that we can really take on these missions. Arthur Friedrich always brings the paranoia with him. Johanna needs to lose some heat. Okay, let's send all of these to lose some heat. And I think the rest should either meet officials or should gather money. Maybe both. Talk to the Christian community. Can't really say that that is what I had in mind there. Spread books. Attack the Volkssturm squad. What is this? Force a Hitler Youth squad to give up. Okay, okay, I see. So what we're still interested in, definitely, is money. Convince forced laborers. Not with that heat. Alright, I think we're just gonna gather some money here. This one should be fine. Seriously. Cool. You do this one, and what does Guido do? If Guido waits, he has 0 heat. And I think that would be beneficial so that Johanna and Guido can actually go out there and, you know, free some prisoners and so on and so forth. I think, honestly, I'm just gonna let him sit it out. Sure. Not the most productive week, but these missions here in particular, you know, they are so important. Hear a knock at the door. When I answer, I'm shocked to see my Aunt Emma and Uncle Kurt standing there with their suitcases. Last I heard, they were still in Braunschweig in Eastern Prussia. What are you doing in Berlin? Oh, Guido, thank God we found you, says Aunt Emma. We weren't sure you'd still be here with, well, with everything. I help Kurt and Emma with their things and they sit down in the kitchen. Kurt leans forward. Guido, I don't know if you're aware of what has been happening on the Eastern Front, but Kurt sighs and hesitates. Have the Soviets advanced? The Red Army is marching on Eastern Prussia, says Kurt. We had to flee before the fighting reached us. I'm so sorry you've lost your home. Oh, says Emma with a half smile. Return someday soon. And how long before they reach us in Berlin, I ask. Kurt chuckles. No, Guido. They'll never get that far. Why? We just heard on the radio that our unstoppable blitz will turn them back within a month. We're being... man. Kurt, you know... being lied to. Uncle, I say. That is propaganda. We can't believe everything the government says. Aunt Emma interrupts. But instead, we should believe the foreign Lügenpresse and all their lies about Allied victories. They just want to break our spirits. What we are living here is real. Oh, what a relief, I sarcastically throw my hands in the air. The bombings we've suffered through in Berlin never happened. They're just lies. I can't hold back my anger. The Nazis lied us into this war and we're dying by thousands. By the thousands. So it's all or nothing. You're still supporting this? Don't you dare say that. Don't you dare, Kurt pounds the table with his fist. Our beloved son didn't march east for nothing. No. Emma's eyes well with silent tears, but Kurt continues. We will crush the bloody communists. Our Führer will bring us peace, you'll see. I can't go on like this. Well, help my family, but I don't know how long I can go on with this. Horrible. It's such a difficult topic as well. It must have been such a difficult topic, I assume. Obviously, I wasn't there, but... especially once the war was over. Having these conflicts within a family makes things difficult. Lost supporters, lost morale. Air raids. British bombers attack Munich and drop over 2,100 tons of bombs. Winter war. Soviet artillery units open the Red Army's winter offensive against the German Wehrmacht. Attack on England. German rockets Vergeltungswaffe 1 V1 hits close to Yorkshire. There's one thing to be lied to, says Johanna Esser during our meeting. It's another to be treated like an idiot. What do you mean? The Ministry of Public Enlightenment, of course. She's referring to Goebbels and the Nazi propaganda operation. It was always rubbish and sometimes scary, but now it's just ridiculous. What do you mean? Didn't hear? Just a few days ago, to great fanfare, we were informed over the radio that the Luftwaffe has trounced the Royal Air Force and the Allied Air Command. But Berlin was bombed again last night. Exactly, says Johanna. Maybe the British didn't get the message, says Gustelklauner. Maybe the ministry should send them a letter informing them of their ignominious defeat. Johanna laughs at the thought. If only it was that easy. I chuckle at the idea and I can't help but wish it was that easy to stop the bombings. Certainly. Michael Katz and Angelika Klemperer. 70 bucks. Man, that is expensive. Heinrich Klemperer. Heinrich Klemperer. That's her husband. That's her husband. Observe army activities. We'll definitely do this one, thank you. Talk to workers. Talk to workers. Gonna be fine, I think. I don't know about the honorable man, we'll see about that. I think we are making good progress, although I'm not entirely certain like exactly what this means. It costs a lot, and I hope that these will truly be meaningful. Of course, you know, hey, we're freeing human beings here, but at the same time, do we have the resources? I'm not sure. Let's just see where this goes. Lost some supporters, donated 15 mark, okay. How did it go? Guido Buck and Johanna Esser meet at the prison Weissensee at the appointed time to free the prisoners. I will enforce. Look, take all the heat you want, we can put you into hiding, that's fine. The group leaves the prison behind as fast as they can, and nobody actually saw us. Wow. Lucky. Arthur Friedrich meets with people from the Christian community in Wedding and talks with them about the regime and possible ways to resist it. Quite a few think that Hitler's way is against God and that as a Christian they should do something about the situation. So far so good. He's been seen, okay. That sucks. Ghostly Kleiner meets with co-workers of our supporter in Wilmersdorf and talks to them if some has been seen as well. Come on now. Thaw is set in and the winter sun shines on my face, but it's still freezing cold as I ride my bike through Schöneberg. 2 large loaves of bread are heavy in my backpack. Wasn't easy to find them, but now we have enough food for the week. The area around the Bayerischer Platz metro station has been destroyed in the bombings. When I suddenly hear the sound of the air raid alarm, I think... Skinny boy wearing the uniform of the air raid volunteers steps into my path and shouts, "Don't you hear the alarm? Come to the station, now!" Follow the boy down the stairs into the metro station. There are dozens of people there already. A train full of passengers is waiting on the tracks, ready to leave. More people come from behind and push me aside. Close to my left is a large pillar. It looks like I could sit there. A little further, next to the waiting train, is a bench that still has an empty seat. The pillar, I put my backpack down and try to get comfortable. The stream of people coming from outside is slowed down. Next to me stands a young man. His eyes are sunken and his face is ashen. He's shivering. That's the Star of David, isn't it? Would you like some bread? He shakes his head. I notice that he has a coat with him, but he keeps hold of it instead of putting it on. Take a closer look at the coat. I see a flash of something yellow on his coat. A Jewish badge. This must be why he's trying to hide his coat. I can see your badge. That's dangerous, I whisper. He covers the scrap of yellow badge with his hand. It's also suspicious that you weren't wearing a coat, I say. I give him my coat. He puts it on over his own. Thank you. People like me are not allowed to come here. But I was scared. Of course. Don't worry, I say. I'm Guido. I'm on your side. What's your name? I'm Peter. Where do you live? I live in Tempelhof, but I work in Spandau and was on my way home when the alarm sounded. I know that I'm not allowed to be in the metro, but I was scared. It said a serious attack was coming. Didn't know there were still Jews in Berlin. I was about to actually bring that up, that... There are only very few, says Peter. Most have been deported, but I'm working in an ammunition factory in Spandau. That's why they haven't sent me east yet. An ammunition factory? A metro employee closes the gate to the station. No one can get in or out anymore. You can still hear the air raid sirens, but no bombs. Turn to Peter. Can you tell me more about that factory? You want... Now tell me more about that factory. Sure, he says. Better not here and now. Do you have a pen? I hand him a pen. I hand him a pen and a piece of paper from my backpack, and he writes something down. This is where I live, he says. Meet me there tomorrow night at 7. I will tell you what I know. Sure you don't want any bread? I break off a piece from one of the loaves and we share it. People in the station are sitting together in small groups chatting quietly, as if the bombers would possibly hear them. A high-pitched whoosh of bombs falling, a hammering of anti-air guns, a loud bang. That one was pretty close. Ceiling rips open, and for a moment I see the sunny blue sky. I'm flung through the air. A cloud of dust surrounds me, my eyes and lungs burn. Peter's face appears. He's mouthing words. I can't hear anything. He points toward a bright spot in the dust and reaches for my hand. Peter pulls me up. The passengers in the waiting train are still patiently sitting in their seats, but they aren't moving anymore. He drags me towards the light. Peter shakes his head. My hearing gradually returns. A wave of crying, moaning, and yelling for help. People crawling in pain. Others just lay still. He pulls me upwards towards the street. We stand in front of the metro station, only there is no station anymore. Just a skeleton of steel, concrete, dust, human suffering, and death. Turn to Peter. Peter. Thank you too, says Peter. An ambulance arrives. People start to carry the wounded out of the destroyed station. A grey truck stops at the corner and men wearing the uniforms of the Waffen-SS jump from the truck. Peter has seen them too. Thanks again, he says, and disappears around the corner. Thank you too. War and death in our homes. Germany has brought the rage of the world upon itself. Why is there no uprising? When will people stand up and fight this madness? Six years of war. 6 years of war. I can't even begin to imagine. Joint forces. British and US troops meet in the Ardennes. Warsaw liberated. The last German resistance in the embattled Polish capital Warsaw is broken by Polish units. Death marches. 98,000 prisoners of the German concentration and extermination camp Auschwitz are evacuated before arrival of Soviet troops. I have a problem, says Johanna Esser. What happened? My home was destroyed in the bombing last night. I have nowhere to sleep. You can sleep at my house. We don't have much space, but you can sleep in the kitchen. Sure. Johanna has been here with us through thick and thin. The entire time. And I think it just brought us new supporters, by the way, this prison break. And all the other prison breaks, if I'm not mistaken, have disappeared. Right? At least I can't see them anywhere. Okay, let's take a look at the British army here. It is incredibly risky. And I think there's just a good chance that we are completely unable, that this is out of the question, that we cannot do this. I don't know. Instead, okay, we need testimony, right? Where would we get this testimony? This is just to get weaponry. This is weaponry, right? Oh, a club. Oh, a club would actually be very useful. But for that, we would need the leaflets. Yeah, I don't actually know. Why don't you talk to them again? Bring us in some more supporters. Leaflets, huh? The leaflets are big, it appears. Convince forced laborers. Ah, we're not good at this, you know that? You know what? Why don't you just stop doing this for a moment? Artur. Cool. And you know what? I really want to take the risk. I think we want to do it. No? Maybe not this week. We will do it eventually. It is of the utmost importance to me. We also need to build this workshop. So you know what we should do instead? Let's just... Otto Schmidt. Damn, 4 points. Crazy. We still have the supplies and the coal and all of those things that I don't even know how to apply. We could steal these explosives at any point. Let's not be too fast with it. Could loot buildings. Let's try it. I want to see where this goes. Then Dorothea can maybe even do this. It's way too risky. Dorothea, you gotta wait. Let's do it. I wanna see what this does. Honorable man still doesn't work. Okay. Okay. In Tempelhof. Meeting some forced laborers. Somebody gets suspicious, but we're gonna enforce. We're gonna probably take some issue with it when it comes to being seen, but we can send people. Yeah, both of them are being seen, but we can send people into hiding. It's fine. It's not the end of the world. Dispute. They get into a fierce argument. Range. Oh, really? And Guido Book has been seen, but those paint buckets. Interesting. RAF over Germany. British Royal Air Force flies heavy air raids on railway facilities near Gelsenkirchen. Eastern Front comes closer. Soviet troops conquer the city of Bydgoszcz in West Prussia. No trains. The German Reichsbahn discontinues civilian express and express train services due to the damage to the rail network. It's my daughter. I'm worried about her. She goes out every night and comes back with food and money, says Dorothea Schmidt. We ask her where she gets it from. When I ask her about it, she makes excuses. I can tell that she's lying. I want to stop her. Well, it's humiliating, really. The money she makes helps us to survive. Maybe we can support you. Here's what we can give you, I say. I'll give you 3 or 4 coal loads, I guess. Thank you so much. Okay, let's take a look at the heat. I'm gonna first upgrade your secrecy, I think. More secrecy is more secrecy. We need, I think, all of these to hide. And I feel... I want you up in this, you know that? There's so many paint buckets that I don't even know what to do with these paint buckets as of right now. You can also set up a workshop, of course. Build a bomb. Print leaflets. Let's just do this, okay? You can do this. I think... Yeah, we don't have the money if we do this. So what we're gonna do here what my personal idea of this is, right? No, obviously not. No, Gustel, that is way too risky. Why don't you do this? Okay. That looks like a much better number to me. I really need the stick. If I had the stick, I could enforce. If we had 2 sticks, we could go on and disarm a Volkssturm. Where do I get the information? Bring fugitives to the front line. Unclear when the war's over, we can bring persecutors to the front line, assuming they are safe on the other side. We rescued... Oh, okay. I get what's going on here, but my god, that is risky. I think he's just gonna sit here for a moment, that's okay. Help organizing a strike, which would bring us to the bomb thing again. How does this look in terms of making it possible? Not at all, huh? Yeah. Write slogans on walls. Oh, this also opens up. That is so much bigger. Dude, actually, screw this, right? Screw the workshop. I mean, setting it up doesn't hurt, I guess. But write slogans, 100%. Oh my god, that is huge. It opens up something that I thought was quite difficult to obtain. But here we are, look at this. Okay, maybe don't look at this, actually. None of these does anything. The fake passport should do something for us here. Yeah, it does. And our chances are practically non-existent. We gotta do it though, and we are going to do it. We are not good at propaganda. Those are you. You know what? Actually, I'm gonna switch it around then. No. We're gonna switch it up. So what we're gonna do is, I will send all of you into hiding. We will still. Actually, we can't build the workshop, but I will send you into hiding so that you can do the slogans next time. And Johanna Esser might just gather some more money or talk to people. Sure. Yeah, that's what I thought. She can't really be applied for either of those. She's not good with Christians. I mean, we know that much. He is not good with Christians at all. Can I get more money out of this? Yes. So let's do max money. Let's get this done, okay? I think this is the right opportunity. Then they can, you know, do the walls and we can get some weaponry which we can use to enforce, but also can use to actually get the rifles. As I make my way up the stairwell to my apartment, I hear noises coming from the apartment of my neighbor, Otto Karst, proud member of the NSDAP. The door is wide open. Otto has been a proud swastika wearing Nazi for years. I've always steered clear of him and I don't think he has ever suspected me. I don't want to risk trouble now, but a loud thud draws my attention just as I pass his door. A lamp has been knocked over. Hello? Anyone there? I call through the open door. There's no answer. Inside Otto's apartment, an open suitcase lies on the floor with an assortment of clothes thrown in and around it. Dressed in civilian clothes, Otto rushes in, oblivious to my presence. Throws shoes to the floor and walks out again. He's in such a rush. With each passing week, it's becoming clearer that Germany is losing this war, and if the Soviets reach Berlin, there will be terrible consequences for any Nazi still here. Otto is ditching his swastikas and running. I knock on the already open door. Herr Karst. Otto bursts in, wide-eyed. What do you want? Why are you in uniform? Otto looks down at himself, flustered, and up at me again. Me? What? My mother in Leipzig is not well. I must go see her. Bet. I look him up and down. Well, you know what they say about rats and sinking ships? Otto looks at me with disbelief. How dare you? What do you mean by that? You know what I mean. Step closer to him, almost nose to nose. Well, I think you know perfectly well what I mean. You're running away before you face the consequences for what you've done. We will never forget. We will remember you. History will remember you. All of you. Otto's face is a mixture of terror and fury. No, Mr. Book, we will remember you. He closes his suitcase and storms out. It was very risky. It was a risky move, but I couldn't help myself. Maybe I should have just waited and, you know, taken whatever possessions we could take there. But indeed, what a rat. Guido thinks he has been seen. That's not good. Guido being seen is very bad. Okay. Wunderwaffen. Adolf Hitler calls on the German people to resist the Allied forces and promises the Endsieg through the use of new war-crucial weapons. So many lives lost in the last weeks and months of the war because of absolute delusion. Partnership. USSR and Finland signed trade agreement in Moscow. Nazis kill opponent. The former Lord Mayor of Leipzig, Karl Friedrich Goerdeler, is executed in Berlin. This is an opportunity, says Johanna Esser. The intel will allow us to take out anti-aircraft guns. We can pass this information on to the Brits and they can launch a precision attack. Have you all gone completely mad all of a sudden, says Dorothea Schmidt? Sure. We want to see the Nazis lose the war, but these bombs hit our city. They hit civilians, our families, our friends. They hit us for Christ's sake. These anti-aircraft guns are defending us. I actually think she's right. But at the end of the day, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, where's really the difference? Berlin gets bombed out, no questions asked. But, I mean, she's not incorrect. The civilians must be, you know... We would open up. We learned about the position of anti-aircraft guns. We would open up more and more civilian positions, and there we go, there it is. That's what it is. Open those up for, civilians to be bombed. I don't know if you want to go with that. Set up a workshop. I don't think the risk is actually real. Now, let's take a look at this. Again, this was... we were talking about initially. Yeah. Take a uniform. They are horrible, of course. I mean, you know it as much as I do. I think this makes it at least slightly better. Let's just go with this. They should be fine. If not, we can spare some rooms. I think I'm gonna let Guido sit here and then next week I'm gonna send him into hiding and then he's clear yet again. Actually, you know what, Guido? Why don't you do this? Dorothea and Johanna remain and... I think they remain. Write slogans on wall would do this one. Sure, you know what? Why don't we do it this way? We unlock both this one. And then we also unlock ordinations. Still the honorable man not usable. Maybe never. Don't know. It could be buggy. I honestly have no idea. Alright, the workshop, that should go without a problem. It always does. A night Arthur Friedrich writes slogans on walls in Lichtenberg. The next day many people notice them and see that someone had the courage to put them there. Arthur has been seen. Of course he has been seen. Police show up. Oh my god. Yeah, I have... I think I'll enforce. Fuck it. Police are leaving. Let's go. Oh my god. They've both been seen, but... holy crap. Netherlands under attack. The Canadian army starts an offensive against the German positions west of the Dutch city of Nijmegen on the Lower Rhine. Paraguay at war. Paraguay declares war on Japan and the German Reich and peace in Hungary. The last German and Hungarian troops capitulate in the Hungarian capital Budapest to Red Army units. I'm telling you, no one is using it. We should use it as a hideout. No one abandons an allotment garden these days. It's too valuable for that. What's the matter? I found an abandoned allotment garden with a hut. I suggest we use it as a hideout. How do you know it's abandoned? I checked out the shack. Judging by the dust and spiderwebs, no one has used it for at least a year. We need space for people to hide. We should take it. It's too dangerous, says Gustl. What if the owner returns and calls the police? Can't pass up this opportunity, I say. Let's make the place a hideout. We can open a hideout there, of course. Build a bomb and all that is now open. Open a hideout in the abandoned hut. I don't know. We might do it. I still can't say. I think the hideout just gives you morale. I'm not entirely sure why I would be focusing on this. Why don't you take more strength? Thank you very much. Alright, we definitely need some people to just chill out. Thank God. Risky. Everything is so damn risky. Hello, donations. Hello, donations. Thank you very much. Okay. You should talk to the Christian, maybe to the officials? Good. So we now have one thing. It's this one. Get a Testamy. Then there's one more Testamy over here. Oh my god, this is limited for 2. Oh no. Meaning that I have to do this one or we are literally gonna miss out on a testimony. Can I literally not finish it? If I... Oh my. Okay, wait a minute. What do I need for this? Money? Not enough free members. We need 3 members. I mean, let's just rethink all of this, okay? My god, how did I mean, but we gotta do it. We have to do it. And honestly, I don't even know how the hell we're gonna pull off the... Gotta be... it won't work. It just won't work. Oh. My god. Oh my god. Okay, well, what about a fake passport? Okay. This is impossible. But I really want to do it. If I risk Johanna here, I think she's gonna get arrested. We're not going to do this. Oh god, but yeah, I require this testimony. And then you two just go into hiding. Oh, this is not a healthy approach to this mission, I'll be honest with you. Oh, yeah, okay, Police show up. Let's hide, I guess. What do you... Fuck! Well, I mean... I don't get the symbol. The symbol, shouldn't that have made it so that we succeed because of the uniform? My god. Well, I don't know, but I suspect that we just can't do the last thing anymore. Food rations reduced. Bombing of Dresden. Dresden almost completely destroyed by a British air raid. Food rations for the German civilian population are reduced by more than 10%. Total mobilization. Reichsleiter Michael Bormann, Martin Bormann, calls on women and girls to help in the Volkssturm. Plans include the formation of a women's battalion. At a meeting, Arthur Friedrich is sitting very still with tears flowing down his cheeks. Are you alright? After a long silence, he responds, they're gone. Bombing 2 nights ago. My whole family. All of them gone. I was away from home when the sirens started. Is there anything we can do? Why couldn't I have been home? Why couldn't the bombs just kill me too? Not fair for me to still be here without them. War's taken everything from us. I mean, can we just not do this anymore? I think we're essentially just gonna survive the war, but I mean, so many others, we're not gonna have anything to show for it. These bombs still... There's so much I will be honest with you right now. We're not gonna pull off any of the main missions. I highly suspect that there's going to be one about explosions. Because you can build so many bombs here, but we cannot, we just actually can't do it. My economy doesn't allow it. My economy legitimately does not allow it. I don't know. Atlanta. Yeah, this is tough. Very tough. 1, right? And then 2. I don't know. Where's the 3rd one? I can't even see it. 1. I'm blind. I think we just don't know. We don't even know the 3rd one yet. I think we straight up will merely survive. And of course that is an achievement, but... My god. It's horrible. I can't even get those that did this. I mean, at this point... Oh. And then the rest is going to talk, I think, to the Christians again. What about gathering some money? And... Oh. Is this the third one? Keep looking at the same bomb thing and it just... Yeah, you know, the testimony is gone. Man, this game, I mean, it's real difficult. I guess, look, you know, I look at this game, of course, from a mechanical point of view. I regret not being able to show off everything going on. You know, all of the things that occurred. 653, oh, that's big. You know, all that sort of stuff. From a mechanical point of view, of course, we're missing out on things here, but at the same time, it's not like we should have like a you know, illustrious economy where I have so many moves and so much heat to go around that we don't need to worry about anything. We are constantly worrying here. Honestly, feel like we're gonna... It feels like a failure, I'll be honest with you. It just feels like a failure. This testimony has failed. I tried so hard to force the Hitler Youth Squad to give up, but I just shouldn't have hidden. I just should have enforced. I should have just permanently enforced, but here we are. It is what it is. Man, it sucks. I wish it could be different. Alright. Not seen, 14 bucks. I'll take it. Not seen, 7 new supporters. Okay. You know. We have to meet her, says Waltraud, as we make our way to the hideout in the community gardens. You must talk to her. Waltraud shakes her head. No, you talk to her. You will understand. We enter the hideout. A young woman sits on a chair and looks at me with a serious face. Can you introduce us? Lily, this is Guido. You can trust him. He wants to know what happened to you. Lily nods. What happened to you? My name is Lily Blaustein. I was a prisoner in a death camp in Auschwitz. It is the worst camp of them all. Can you describe to me what happens there? Prisoners of Auschwitz are worried that the world won't believe that what the Germans are doing there. That is how bad it is. They burn people alive. From my barrack, I had a clear line of sight as one of the 5 chimneys, on one of the 5 chimneys. I saw everything with my own eyes. That is what they do in Auschwitz. What happened to you? I arrived in Auschwitz in a cattle car. They brought us to a special block where they shaved my hair, took my clothes and tattooed a number on my arm. All this was done by the prisoners themselves. Were you able to talk to them? Yes, I had a conversation with the girl who was shaving off my hair. She asked me, what did you do before? What did you do before you came here? And what did you say? I said, I used to play the violin. She said, this is good for you. He loves music. If you can play an instrument, that might save your life. He? Who was she referring to? There was a doctor at the camp. His name was Mengele. Called him the Angel of Death. When the trains arrived, Dr. Mengele was there to look for twins. If there were any, he took them to his laboratory and experimented on them until they collapsed and died. This is what Dr. Mengele did. Experimented on people and children. He murdered them. Mengele also liked Schumann, the great German classical composer, Robert Schumann. It can't be true. I told you, you wouldn't believe me, but it's still true. Dr. Mengele loved Schumann and I had to play his music for the doctor. Tell me, how is it possible that someone who is as educated as Dr. Mengele, who knows and admires magnificent music, someone like him is experimenting on little children, murdering them? I don't know. Growing up in peace, how... I don't know. People just... are monsters if the circumstances are right. It's a mystery to me, says Lily. Once they were finished processing us, I was naked without a hair on my head and with a number burned into my arm. An officer approached me and asked me a few questions. What did the officer want from you? He wanted to know where I came from and if I still had family there. I said I said that I came from Berlin and that I had an uncle there. He took out a postcard and told me what to write my uncle. You write the postcard? And she must have. What did he want you to write to your uncle? He dictated what he wanted me to write. Dear uncle, I safely arrived in Auschwitz. They're treating us well. Please send me a little money and some sweets. They forced you to lie to your relatives? Yes, they wanted people in Germany to believe everything was fine. Tell me about the trains. The doctor and an officer intercept the new prisoner at the train platform where they arrive in cattle cars. There, they carry out the selection. Selection based on what? They ask each prisoner for their age and state of health. The unknowing arrivals tend to talk about their health issues, not knowing that by telling them they've signed their own death warrants. Children and old people were sorted out right away. Then, they sort them. Left, right, left, right. Left is to life, right is into the fire. Into the fire. At night, the flames blaze into the sky. They burn the children alive. Grown-ups are usually killed by gas before that. But if the guards are too busy, they just burn everyone. Can't be true. One could hear them scream. To cover the screams, the guards made us play our instruments. The orchestra had to play while they burned people alive. The orchestra you were a member of? Yes. As I said, Dr. Mengele had picked me because I played the violin. Not very good, though. None of us were good musicians. We were children, scared to death, forced to play. How come you're here now? Blind luck. One of the officers liked me. He had me sent to a so-called normal concentration camp, one where they only kill people by forcing them to work and starve to death. And from there you escaped. There was a group of resistance fighters who planned an escape. I joined and they gave me the contact for your group. I'm in Berlin to find out if my brother is still here somewhere. What is his name? Gregor Blaustein. Although I doubt that he still goes by that name. Do you know him? He takes out a photo and shows it to me. Face looks unfamiliar. I'm afraid not. I need to keep looking. What are you going to do now that you know what really happens in the camps in the East? Every person counts. He nods. That's good, I guess. Do you have any other questions? Just one, if I may. How can you continue to live after this? Germans have destroyed almost everything, but music is indestructible. Music can't be destroyed. This is what gives me hope. I don't think there's much that I can or that I should add. If you get the chance to go to the memorial site of Auschwitz, for that matter, I suppose any concentration camp, but Auschwitz in particular, I would urge you to do it. It is a fundamental, profound experience. I can't even properly describe the emotions and thoughts that cross one's mind in the memorial. I couldn't start to describe what it might have been like for someone that was a prisoner there themselves. End of scene. On German ground, British troops cross the border and conquer the town of Goch at the Lower Rhine. Red Army at Oder River. Poznan in West Prussia is conquered by Soviet unions. Work councils revived. The French provisional government orders the establishment of work councils in all major factories. If the Soviets ever reach Berlin, I don't know if there will be anything left for them to invade, says Dorothea Schmidt. We may just all kill each other first. Why do you say that? Outside, I saw a fight, certainly not the first one I've seen. But this one was between two mothers, over food stamps. Just tore into each other as their kids watched. Terrible. The will to survive can bring out the worst in us. If we lose our humanity, we're doomed to a miserable existence. Let me just take a look here. Find Lily's brother. We will take a look at this in the next episode. I think that I'm practically giving up on Ordinary Man. I don't think we can achieve it anymore. I think this lost us the mission. And it is what it is. At the end of the day, there are worse things, I suppose. Seeing as our entire group could be eradicated to begin with. I will see all of you in the next episode, and we are closing in on the last few episodes for Through the Darkest of Times. I want to thank the members of the channel that are making videos like this one possible, namely the Barons Aaron, Stefan, the Richest T, Snywolf, Emma Mamello, Thomas, and Lachlan, as well as the Counts Kemelik 2, Shifty, Ixum, and Wombat. And also, of course, the Dukes, Suspicious Dark, Benedict, Nathan, Knight Esquires, Kenneth, Lexo, Robberman, My Dad, F-Meat, Arbis, and Eric, and Aiden. I will see all of you in the next episode, and later, Alligator.